Trump dummy.
Hey, free chopper boy, bitch. Alright, people see the Alright, people don't. Move, got the keys.
Once they push him, Morant's not going anywhere with that. He's telling him, don't touch me. Now you see Jones in the middle of it.
I leave him dead, got the whole city mad. That boy about what he said, I just felt like you mad. Bang on top your head, I was up in the past.
Along with the supporting cast, and then Shannon Sharp, John Morant's dad.
Yes sir, man. YouTube, what is good? It's your boy NOT, and we are here with a video coming from Flight Mike. Ja Morant is ruining his NBA career, man. If you guys haven't heard the news, it was just discovered that over this summer, Ja Morant was on demon time. You feel what I'm saying? He was on really street time. So basically, straight to the point, Ja Morant during the summer got into an altercation with a 17-year-old. Proceeded to punch him a couple times and threaten him, I believe, with a gun or whatever the case may be. He was just been on really bad timing, man. It's really bad. And then I believe it was a distance apart, but I believe it was still around that time during this most recent summer. Ja Morant, he basically threatened a mall cop or something like that, and yeah, it's not looking good for Ja. I think he needs to really look around and acknowledge the people that he's hanging around. Like, even for me, I'm only 16, bro, and I'm mature enough to understand like my surroundings and the people that I need to be and don't need to be around. And for him to be in the NBA, he really needs to acknowledge that, like, bro, you don't need to be around these certain type of people because they will bring you down. They will bring you into really bad predicaments, even life-threatening. Most recently, I believe they were playing the Indiana Pacers, and one of his people in his entourage or whatever flashed like a laser beam at the Indiana Pacers. I believe it was the Pacers. Their bus, their tour, where they load up and stuff, where they carry the players. Somebody was flashing a red beam, and there's suspicion that the red beam could have been connected to a gun. But yeah, man, straight to the point. We're just gonna go ahead and get into this, man. This is 17 minutes long, probably not much pausing, but you know me, I'm Mr. Cap a lot, so there will probably be a lot of pausing. But yeah, man, we're trying to get to 1K by May. But yeah, enough talking about me. Let's go ahead and get into this video, man.
Of troubling accusations surrounding
crazy, bro.
Ja Morant have now been made public. Threatened a Memphis mall security guard during a parking lot altercation. 4 days later, Morant was accused of punching a 17-year-old boy in the head repeatedly. And these are just the...
Hold on, it was in the head? Nah. Come on, man.
Accusations.
Come on, man.
The two-time All-Star.
That's crazy, bro.
Has been in the center
That's crazy,
of
bro.
Both on and off the court.
We were supposed to make a follow-up video to our original Ja Morant video that we made
crazy,
in December.
man.
If you guys remember, I recorded that while I was visiting Israel. Originally, I just let it go because we had so much stuff with the trade deadline, and eventually it became old news, and I just figured that it took a back seat to all the other crazy stuff that was happening, like Kevin Durant getting traded to the Suns, D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt being traded to the Lakers. You guys to think that I'm over here rooting for Ja Morant to fail because I want this young man to succeed, even though the Grizzlies are in the West, where my Los Angeles Lakers are.
I don't like the Grizzlies either, man. I'm with you, Flight.
Transparent as I
I'm with you, Flight.
With you guys. But unfortunately, there are many stories out there that make Ja Morant look like anything but a model citizen. And it's not just one situation. We covered one situation a couple months ago, and I took Morant's side at the time. I figured this is coming out of nowhere. There's no way Morant would have done something like this. Maybe someone's out there for a payday. I said that in the video straight up. But as time progressed, you're hearing multiple other stories. There's two new stories in addition to the one that I told you recently, and the one that we told you recently in December has a new added layer in it. Apparently there's a weapon involved from Ja Morant's side, or maybe Ja Morant himself. So there's a lot to cover. It all starts with one story that I neglected about a month ago. You may have heard of this, and this story had to do with a Indiana Pacers versus Memphis Grizzlies game.
So it was the Pacers.
According to The Athletic, which The Athletic rarely misses, this is Bob Kravitz and Sam Amick. They usually do remarkable reporting. Sam Amick and Shams Charania are both up there for me whenever it comes to these types of stories. The NBA probed an incident involving associates of Grizzlies Ja Morant, a red laser trained on Pacers team members. If there's a red laser training on the Pacers team member, one would assume that the red laser is something trying to point at a specific human being, maybe an attachment of, I don't know, a weapon of some sort. I'm no genius, but check this out. The story goes like this. Following a game between the Indiana Pacers and the Memphis Grizzlies on January 29th in Memphis, acquaintances of Grizzlies star Ja Morant aggressively confronted members of the Pacers traveling party near the team's bus in the loading area of FedEx Forum. And later, someone in a slow-moving SUV, which Morant was riding in, trained a red laser on them. The two members of the traveling party who spoke to The Athletic said that they did not see who—
Man, yo, this is just funny hearing. Bro, these niggas really tried to hit a drive-by on a team bus. Bro, what the heck? Yo, it's so weird mixing up the NBA with street violence. Like, it's crazy, bro. Yo, Ja, man, you fucking up, bro. Like, to be honest, bro, you messing up real bad. Real bad.
They also
My goodness, man.
was attached to a gun, but they believed it was. A Pacers security guard
crazy,
in the loading
bro.
area at the time remarked, "That's 100% a gun. We felt like we were in grave danger," one person who was present said. Two sources who spoke to The Athletic requested anonymity because they fear retribution from those who confronted them. They said they considered filing a report with the police, but decided against it for the same reason. It's crazy, okay? And I'm sure a lot of you guys know of this story. They felt threatened, and they still didn't file a report because they feared for their lives. That's crazy to me. Now, don't worry, Ja Morant would respond to this, but the story would continue by saying, NBA security and league investigators conducted an investigation, interviewing numerous eyewitnesses and reviewing video surveillance following allegations.
There's video
made by
surveillance?
the Indiana Pacers organization regarding a post-game incident on January.
We gotta see it, man.
While we substantiated that a post-game situation arose that was confrontational based on interviews and other evidence gathered, we could not corroborate that any individual threatened others with a weapon. Certain individuals involved in the post-game situation and a related matter during the game that night have been subsequently banned from attending games in the arena. If additional information becomes available related to the post-game situation, the league office will conduct a further review. So for those of you guys that don't know what started this whole thing, it all stemmed from this one video where Ja Morant and Andrew Nembhard got into it, which resulted in eventually James Johnson getting involved. And as a result, Ja Morant's friend, Devontae Pack, was escorted off of the floor. So as a result, Devontae Pack was banned from attending games. And there are parts of this report that are interesting. I mean, apparently in the third quarter, Pack walked onto the court and directed expletives at multiple Pacers players. A game referee got involved. He called arena security. Pack was removed from the floor. Apparently after the game,
wow, man, that's crazy, bro.
Waiting 30 to 40 yards away from the Indiana Pacers team bus. He had 4 to 5 other men that came within 30 feet of the bus and began shouting at the Pacers. Now, this is what Ja Morant had to say about the report at the time.
Nah, all that stuff, pretty much false. It's been proven. That's all I got to say on it. I honestly don't care, bro. I'm not, at this point in my life, man, I'm protecting my energy, bro. Not responding to nobody else, not entertaining nobody else. That's what they need, likes and clicks.
Ja Morant 100% denied it. What about his head coach? Does his head coach Taylor Jenkins have Ja Morant's side? Does he think it's fake news, or does he think that Ja Morant should
get it together and focus on the game?
Well, this is what Taylor Jenkins had to say.
Yeah, I mean, that was addressed internally, aware of the investigation of the NBA, did a full-on investigation. We were fully compliant with it, and I think they came out with a statement saying nothing was corroborated or found. So, that's what I know, and that's all I'm going to comment about.
Of course, Shannon Sharp would comment on the situation at the time by saying this.
Ja is a really good basketball player. Ja did everything he could to lift himself and his family out of this type of environment and to get away from this. He wants to surround himself with these type of people. Why? Bruh, you not hard. That's not your life. You want people in the NBA to think you hood, to think you gangster. Nobody looks at you, Ja, and think, man, that's a thug. He hood.
Obviously, Shannon Sharp might have a little bit, just a tiny little vendetta against the Memphis Grizzlies as a result of this altercation.
But he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I mean, he's in the NBA making millions of dollars, bro. He grew up in the suburbs. Like, we don't look at him as like a huge threat or if anything like that. But the people he hang around, yes. Yes indeed. And the people that he's hanging around is really getting him in trouble, man. And now the NBA is cracking down on this, man. And if this continues, did I already mention that he flashed a gun on IG? Oh my gosh, man. This dude is, yo, nah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Just be aware of your surroundings. That's the number one thing. That's the thing that my parents have always told me and still tell me to this day, man. Just be aware of your surroundings, man. And it's right in his face. It's in his face and he's denying it. It's crazy.
Most unbiased opinion.
Crazy, man.
But since John Morant claimed it was fake news, it seemed like everyone eventually moved on from this report to begin with. But what was really interesting at this time was, obviously, you know, I cover the NFL as well. I always thought that some athletes were taking a little dig at John Morant, saying, pro athletes, if you really come from the trenches, you ain't gotta prove it every time you know eyes are on you. A lot of y'all ain't even like that for real, and that's fine. All your life, you grind to go pro, make it pro and start making millions, and then turn gangsta? That's backwards. I commented on this post 3 weeks ago saying, this is a message for John Morant. But at the end of the day, we just moved on from it. This was the second incident in regards to John Morant within a month.
Crazy, man. Dude has so much potential and is throwing it away.
We're not that large of an operation, so my apologies for not being able to get you a video out on this at the time, but that's what I was going to bring to you guys. Now, the reason why I'm bringing all this up to you guys now is we have another report on John Morant. One has to do with the TMZ report we brought you in December, and the other, in my opinion, is just ridiculous, and I don't even know if the other one is true. So let's get to the first one. If you remember, a couple of months ago,
no ads. I want to hear this.
John Morant getting sued for allegedly punching a teen during a basketball game at home. The suit was filed in Shelby County in September. Court records show the case has since been sealed.
If y'all hear noise in the background, I apologize. It's the fam.
Incident at John Morant's residence in Tennessee. According to police documents, a 17-year-old who filed the lawsuit on September 9 told cops that he was playing in a pickup basketball game with Morant at the house when the two got into a verbal altercation. Plaintiff, according to the doc, said the argument became heated and he threw a basketball at Morant, accidentally hitting him in the face. The teenager said the Grizzlies point guard then approached him, put his chin on his shoulder, and asked a bystander, should I do it to him? The teen said Morant then struck him with a closed fist, knocking him to the ground. Now, according to the documents, the 17-year-old also said that Morant continued quote-unquote sticking him while he was on the ground and claims that another man jumped in and began hitting him as well. Officers in the dock say that they noted that the teenager had a large knot on his head, and cops say that John Morant admitted to striking the teenager but insisted that he was acting in self-defense. Morant said the plaintiff threw the ball at him intentionally during the argument and then began to approach him as if he wanted to fight. Police say Morant also told him his brother was involved in the altercation as well, but the basketball player did not name who. Both parties, according to the docs, say that the fight was broken up by spectators shortly after it began. Morant told officers the teenager made verbal threats, stating that he'd light his house up as he was being escorted off the property. Morant advised he and his family were put in fear by the statement. According to the docs, the police
put in fear. You put a whole team in fear.
Several weeks before they submitted the case to the DA's office on October 4th. Less than a month later, cops say that the DA declined prosecution. It's unclear what the plaintiff is seeking in the suit. Court records show Morant, as well as his childhood friend Devontae Pack, are listed as defendants.
Yo, what's up with this Devontae guy, man? Hold on, let me move this. It's gonna lag a little bit. Hold on. Bro, who is this Devontae Pack guy? I keep hearing about him, man. Bro. Yo. Like, come on, bro. Like, yo. I'm telling you, he's hanging around the wrong people, man. Let's continue, bro.
Isn't that interesting?
6 more minutes.
Again, we're hearing about Morant and his buddy Devontae Pack. Now, we already have our own video of this incident, but apparently,
there's a video?
And allegedly, there's a new element to this story, which is insane. Take a look at this. Apparently, John Morant was accused of punching the 17-year-old 12 to 13 times and flashing a gun at him during a pickup basketball game last summer, according to a police report obtained by Molly Hensley Clancy. Now, bear in mind, Morant even said in an interview with the police that he swung first in the alleged fight with the teenager, and he was acting in self-defense because the teenager threw a basketball at his head and stepped towards him, and that's the add-on to the incident. Apparently and allegedly, John Morant punched the 17-year-old kid 12 to 13 times and apparently flashed a gun as well. So that is the second of 3 stories we have for you guys, and yeah, it's that crazy. The last one could potentially be untrue. It sounds untrue. Oh my god, I hope to God it's untrue, because this is the most bizarre, like, fake.
That's the one I heard.
What was it that 50 Cent would call him? Wanksta? Like, one of those types of stories. And I don't know, it's so unnecessary, in my opinion, for any player of Ja Morant's caliber, any man that is making $200 million to engage in this type of behavior that could sabotage and ruin his career. You have made $200 million. You're already
insane.
A legend in Tennessee. You're one of the best athletes in Tennessee's basketball history. Why would you ruin that? Everyone knows who you are in your state where you live. I don't understand why he's doing this if these allegations are true, but at the same time, when you have 3 stories that are all alleging that Ja Morant is involved in the same type of behavior, one has to wonder, this isn't just 1 story or 2 stories, it's 3 freaking stories. Okay, here, let me get to the third one. The third one is the most bizarre story you've ever heard, so check this out. It's titled, A Call from the Mall. Ja Morant is known for high-flying dunks, a thirst for trash talk, and a tight-knit relationship with his father, T, who sits courtside at many games. His family has become so much a part of Morant's brand that T Morant narrated the commercial launching his son's latest major brand deal with Powerade. Ja Morant was one of the stars of last year's playoffs before the Grizzlies lost a heated series, the eventual champion Golden State Warriors. 2 months after the loss to the Golden State Warriors, Morant's mother was at a Finish Line shoe store at a Memphis mall when she got into a dispute with a store employee, according to a Memphis police report obtained by the Post. He called Morant, who arrived shortly after with a group of as many as 9 other people.
Okay, so I did get the story right. So yeah, that is what happened. So Ja Morant, you know, he brung his guys after his mom called him, you know, and he needs to really get his life straight. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff.
Morant and his friends refused the security guard's demands to leave the mall parking lot. Police arrived and a verbal confrontation escalated. The report says until someone in the group allegedly pushed the security director in the head. As the group was leaving the premises, Ja Morant said, "Let me find out what time he gets off," police wrote in the report. The guard wanted to file a report, police wrote, because he felt threatened by the statement from Ja Morant and had been assaulted by the person who had pushed him. The disturbing parties left the scene and no arrests were made. The Grizzlies, NBA, and Morant's agent did not respond to questions about the incident. The security guard declined to comment.
Bro, why is the NBA not responding to this? This is criminal stuff. Criminal stuff. Criminal things. And the NBA is just sweeping this under the rug. Sweeping this under the rug. Bro, this is insane, bro. This is insane. The NBA needs to crack down on this. Do something. Do a reform. Something. Like something. Yo, it's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I didn't think it was this bad. Now that I'm hearing it, there was more stuff added on. Like, bro, this is crazy. It's the same guy. Who is Devontae Pack? Not the way you want to go. Out of the NBA.
I don't understand why he puts himself in
completely on the streets.
$200 million.
It's crazy. You don't want to do it.
Your back. People would try to put you in situations. So
they would try to rob you.
Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars.
Hanging around the wrong people, he would get robbed.
Brand new rookie max. A man is operating like he's the godfather of Memphis, and I don't necessarily see why. I understand the argument's gonna be,
but Mike, he needs to protect his family. He needs to protect his mother.
Bro, just hire a security guard. Hire 2, hire 3. Put 1 on each member of your family to protect them. You don't need to get involved. There's no reason for you to be carrying a weapon. Why would you do that to your family? Why would you do it to yourself? Why would you tarnish your brand like that? He is one of the most marketable players in the NBA right now. New Orleans Pelicans fans are seething at the prospect of what could have been if they had selected Ja Morant with the #1 pick in the 2019 NBA draft.
Don't let Ja. No. I don't think you want to do that. Don't let Ja Morant in Louisiana. Don't let him be in Baton Rouge. Don't let him do it.
Ingram.
Don't let him get anywhere near Baton Rouge.
I just don't understand, because Morant is clearly one of the most marketable players in the NBA. There's a
that
reason
boy's gonna be on crazy timing.
Resurrected their campaign and made him the face of their campaign. It's the first brand deal that they did in 5 years, and they did it around Ja Morant. It just doesn't make sense to me. I do want to believe this isn't true, but there's 3 different stories that are all eerily similar. It's kind of like the Deshaun Watson situation. I mean, not directly and not exactly, but in the sense that you want to believe that what Deshaun Watson is being accused of is untrue. But as there's more and more people coming out and speaking,
how is Deshaun Watson doing right now?
Something similar happened to them. Eventually, it got to a point of like 23 people and
25 women.
More, I'm not necessarily sure. We haven't covered it in a while. At a specific point, you have to wonder, like, is what is being said about this human being true, or are a bunch of people teaming up together to sabotage him? I'm not necessarily sure. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, man. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
You see that one on the right, man? We might have to react to that one probably tomorrow. But yeah, bro, Ja Morant, bro, you gotta get it right, man. NBA, you guys need to crack down on this immediately. This is bad, bro. This is bad stuff right here. This is criminal activity, man. And then they're talking about, what if Ja Morant went to the New Orleans Pelicans? Bro, don't let Ja Morant get nowhere near Baton Rouge. He will literally turn up in Baton Rouge, and if he gets that supermax and he's walking around trying to thug around in the hood, bro, they will, yo, that'll be chalk marking on the street. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, shout out to Flight Mike, man. Always coming in with the high quality content. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's gonna go ahead and conclude today's video once again, man. This is NOT signing off, man. Once again, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by May. I know it is we're light years away. We have 850 something to go, but I believe anything's possible if you just put your mind to it, and you put your heart to it, and you put the dedication, the work in every single day, or whenever you can, but just let it be consistent. I think we got what it takes, man. I think we really do. But yeah, man, once again, join the Discord. Link will be in the description. Now, I didn't know this about Discord. Every 7 days, the link refreshes. So if you go on my old videos and you try to click the link on the Discord, it's not gonna work. So the refresh link will be in the description, man. Make sure you guys go over there, join. I'm trying to get mods, trying to get a community started on whatever social media platform, a place where you can promote your stuff and we can all grow together. And yeah, man, I just wanted to form a good community. You feel what I'm saying? Even like outside of like content creating, like if you just want to talk, I have a just chat. I have all type of stuff, man. I'm just looking for mods and for people. Mods and people, that's all we need. But yeah, man, once again, that's gonna go ahead and conclude today's video, man. This is NOT signing off, man. Love you guys. Peace, bro. It's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.